Welcome to the September 2024 block of the month, and this month we will be making 2 blocks that look like this. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have all the pieces cut for the blocks, and we're going to go ahead and do some 4 patches to start. Okay, we're going to make the 4 patches, and they are going to look like this. Like this. 2 navies and 2 whites. So we'll just go ahead and kind of chain piece all those together. On all of these, I am going to just finger press back towards the navy. Okay, and then we'll just join them up to a 4 patch. Those seams will nest, and then we can sew those. Okay, and then I'm just going to finger press that seam to one side. There we go. And now we'll finish adding the side pieces. The rest of our unit is laid out here, and now we've got 4 pieces, so we'll sew it together like a 4 patch. We'll join these units together, and then add both those. So we can go ahead now. Just make sure that you have them oriented correctly, because you want the whites then to be in a diagonal row. Okay, on these I'm also finger pressing to the navy, and then I'm just going to put them back oriented how they are to go in the block. And then this will press to the navy as well. Okay, and then we'll just join that on like that. Again, just make sure the whites are all going in a diagonal row. And then these seams should nest. Okay, and then I'm just going to press those to one side like that. I think I will press them good before we add the middle pieces. These are nicely pressed, so we're going to lay these out. And how I'm going to orient these is, I mean, the look of it doesn't really matter which way that it's kind of turned, but I do like to keep the 4 patch in the outermost corner. So each time I put one down, I'm just going to make sure that the 4 patch is pointing outward. Okay, like that. Then we'll add in our center and our white rectangles, and then we're just going to piece this together like a 9 patch. This row, this row, this row, and then we'll join all those. And it is going to be an oversized block that we're trimming down, so it's okay if this one comes out maybe not sized exact, because it will be trimmed down kind of in the next step. So okay, and these I'm pressing towards the white rectangle. All right, that looks good. Let's give it a press. Now we have our larger triangle units that we're going to put around our block. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold the long side in half so that I can find the center, and I just made a little crease. And then I'm going to line that up with the center there, and we're going to attach that to a side. Now this triangle up here hangs over a lot and it's oversized, so we're going to trim down, but you can just start stitching where it overlaps the block. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing to the opposite side. Okay, and then I'm going to give that a finger press, and then what we can do is come back and trim those away. And you can just cut them off with the scissors or use a rotary cutter and a ruler and just line that up. Line up an edge, a line on your ruler with this seam, and then also along the edge, and then you'll be able to just cut those off. Now to add our last two triangles on the sides, again, we're just going to fold this in half to find the center, line that up, and then this should overhang about 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more. Okay, I'll just press those back, and then we're going to trim this up to the correct size. Now we have our oversized block that we're going to trim up, and I have a ruler that is the exact size that it needs to be trimmed, but you don't have to. So what you can do is just measure out on your mat, find like the center of what the block is supposed to be, line up that edge with the center, trim off 2 sides, and then rotate it. But I'm just going to go ahead and line this up. And this has center markings going horizontal and vertical. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that they are matching at those seams. And you can see we've got quite a bit to trim off. So then I'm just going to go ahead and trim all 4 sides. And then I'm going to rotate it, line it back up. Okay, and then trim the other 2 sides. And then our block is sized how we need it. To finish up the block, we have to make some little 9 patches, and so I'm going to lay those pieces out here. Okay, and we're going to make 2 9-patch blocks that look like this. And I'm pressing these towards the navy. Okay, we'll give that a press. Now we will add our larger rectangles onto the sides of our little 9 patch. So we'll just line those up. And then I'm just pressing that back towards the white. And we'll add the opposite side. Okay, and then we're going to add it onto our block. So we're actually making 4 of these, and then we will add 1 to each side of our center unit so that we have then 2 of these completed blocks at the end. So we'll go ahead and just add this to this side. Okay, and then we'll just press that back to that piece we just added, and then our block is complete. Thanks for watching.